One of the opportunities that we're hoping to exploit is the emerging market of lactose-free cheese. That's a very rapidly growing market because of lactose intolerance. Another one is the rise in a conscious consumer that wants to buy, let's say, products which are potentially healthier. And one of those products would be pasture-fed beef, for example, or pasture-fed dairy in this instance, and the relation between pasture-fed livestock and omega-3 fatty acids. There are no small artisan producers selling lactose-free cheese into any market. So if you want to buy a lactose-free cheese today, it's from Arla, it's from a large supermarket, one of the big consumables, but you can't pick that up in your local Spar or a small deli, so we're providing the artisan version of what's already available, but not available for a large portion of the population who are still buying from small corner shops or their butchers or things like that. So one of the technical challenges that we're facing as a business is obviously, which everybody's facing at the moment, is rising consumer prices, rising consumable prices and rising energy prices. But one of the other market challenges that we're facing is that there is a more conscious consumer, which is what we want, but also that they're challenging the idea of animals in agriculture. That's one of the challenges that there's many discussions about whether animals belong in agriculture, and there's a new report that came out from Oxford University that think that we should be weaning ourselves off animals in agriculture by 2050. And I think that that's a very, very black and white view of what's happening in agriculture. So farmers are being demonized, and some food producers are being demonized for doing what they've always done. And obviously there's a problem with intensive farming, and importing soya from Brazil is an issue. We shouldn't be importing soya from Brazil to feed our cattle in Wales. We could be producing our own soya here. And one of the growth, I suppose, potentially in that market is a conscious consumer looking for products that don't have the air miles and the carbon footprint that maybe a more intensive dairy farm importing soya from Brazil might have, let's say, and a larger maybe producer that isn't thinking about these things. And the increase in the lactose-free market means that we may be able to capitalize on some of those consumers. We've received a lot of support with further product development. Further product development. The lab has helped us access research which otherwise we would probably not be able to afford as a company. We wouldn't prioritize it because we have other things to prioritize, trying to keep our heads above water. But yeah, the workshops have been very useful to us as a business because, well, we went through a broad range of topics, and every workshop that we went to, there was a smaller or bigger piece of information that was very, very valuable to the business. Short-term and long-term goals of the future would be to grow the business sustainably, to continue to be a significant local employer, to provide long-term meaningful jobs with career progression and training opportunities. And that's what we're currently providing. We're a small business, but between Teifi Cheese and our sister company Davile, we're employing 20 full-time employees and many people who've been with us for over 20 years. Which is significant. So one of the things driving the business is the pursuit, I might be repeating my dad's words now, but to the pursuit of excellence, I suppose, trying to produce a high quality product at a reasonable price. But also in that pursuit of trying to achieve that goal, one of the things that's becoming very apparent is our sustainability, certainly in terms of waste management, and as we grow as a business, these things become more and more apparent that we need to involve maybe technology in some of those processes, is looking at waste management, but also the importance of keeping on trend. So we started producing halloumi not that long ago, and that has been one of the biggest drivers in our business. Sometimes we have discussed reducing the range so that we can focus on individual products, but actually we found that it's really, really important to stay one step ahead of, of the bandwagon, because let's say, for example, with this lacto-free product that we're going to provide, hopefully to the market with the support of AberInnovations and P2P, that will provide us a new market for our cheese. So staying one step ahead of the game and being careful with the expansion, that we stick with our ethos of a sustainable business that's growing organically and doesn't impact the environment and our immediate area negatively.